What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are talking fixture for 2018. Essentially, all I'm going to be talking about this video is what we want, what to expect, and what I think we need to, pace ourselves and be a force in 2018, striving for those finals, for our big finals campaign that hopefully happens next year. It gets announced on Tuesday, and I'm really intrigued to see what types of games we're going to get, what time slots, where and when we play these teams, and hopefully our club gets a little more free to air time, because I think even though we played in Shanghai, that gets taken away next year. The free to air part, not the Shanghai, because we know that's already been announced, but the free to air becomes onto a Foxtel game, so how much does that affect us? We'll see, so hopefully it gets replaced somewhere else. And yeah. Port fans, before I continue, let me know what you think about the fixture for next year. What do you want? And what teams do you want to play at Adelaide Oval so you can attend and hopefully see a good win. Let's see what we want for 2018. Alright, the fixture. What we want for 2018, the main thing that I've listed on there is at least 2 MCG games. We've got 2 last year, this year, 2017. One against Collingwood, one against Melbourne. I would like another 2, possibly 3. It'd be nice to play a bigger club in front of a bigger crowd. I know we played Collingwood, but that was only in front of 37,000, and Melbourne was, I think, the same, or a little bit lower even. A type like Richmond would be nice to play against at the MCG. Possibly, who else plays at the MCG? I'm not sure. But a bigger, high-profile club. That's essentially what I'm stating. 2-3 matches at the MCG, one in probably a bigger time slot. Maybe even against Hawthorn would be nice. Just so we can, get that experience there. With the new group, we've got players to gel, so playing at MCG becomes all more the important. So that is crucial, I think, for next year's fixture. Another thing I wanted to add to that list of what we want is more primetime slots, more Friday night, Saturday night games. Doesn't have to be at Adelaide Oval, would be preferable. I know we get a little bit less crowd than what the Adelaide Pros do and all that, crap. But we can rely on at least 35,000 to turn up to every game. And most teams that get primetime slots hardly get that anyway, so especially in Melbourne. So that'd be nice to get them at Adelaide Oval. And linking with that Friday night and Saturday night time slots, more free-to-air games, just to promote the club a bit. As I said before, Shanghai is not being broadcasted free-to-air in Australia, so that essentially will take that global or national advertisement essentially of our club around places you wouldn't really watch footy or watch Port Adelaide at any stage of the year. So that is critical for me, and obviously the major part of that is not having Foxtel do the games and not having Rushito commentate our games, because to be honest, I can't stand him. No Saturday Arvo games, another thing I've mentioned on my little list in front of me here. 110 time slots are disgusting. I don't care what anyone says. They are nice if it's a beautiful day outside, but other than that, it is absolutely deplorable. Especially because you have to wake up early. That's like 9 o'clock wake up, 10 o'clock ready, leave, 10:30, 11, blah blah blah, and so forth. And it takes out the day. I prefer the 4:05 or the Saturday night games. The twilight games are so much better. You get to see 2 time, essentially, the sun and the moon. That was awful. The other thing I wanted to mention as well, different teams, because I've noticed over the last few years we've played a lot of the same teams at Adelaide Oval. As I mentioned before, high-profile teams at in time slots at the MCG would be nice, but also at Adelaide Oval would be nice too. We've played Richmond, I think, twice. We've played Hawthorn. They seem to come to Adelaide Oval a fair bit. They do attract a big audience, so them again would be nice. But someone like noticed this year we played Collingwood. That attracted basically a 40,000 crowd. So that'd be nice to have again in a bigger time slot too. So just those types of teams. We can have those other teams like the lower division, well, not division, but like lower class teams join the trip to Adelaide as well. But that's essentially, I think we need them. Basically, what I'm trying to say is high-profile teams, high-profile time slots, and free-to-wear. Just basically what a Melbourne team gets every Friday night. Geelong. The other thing I wanted to mention too is specific rounds that I'd like to see. We usually do pretty well in the Anzac round, which is at home. I'd love to see that on a Friday night to open it again. We did such a good job last year against Carlton. Indigenous round as well. I think we need a special time slot for that because we do a great job in promoting Indigenous culture through the club and obviously nationwide as well. So that was good against Hawthorn this year. I think a similar type of game, a Thursday night or Friday night, would be nice too. The other thing I'm hearing as well is the fixture, like the teams we played twice. There's a leaked photo going around on the internet stating which teams play each team twice. The showdown is obvious, so we get 2 of those a year. The other club we're playing twice next year apparently is West Coast, which means 1 trip to Perth and 1 trip, obviously, staying at home. Western Bulldogs we played twice, so they haven't came to Adelaide since 2016, so that'd be nice. And obviously, I reckon we're getting the Ballarat game again, which would be very nice to see because we did such a good job there last year, and the Bulldogs did as well. So that was a good game of footy. So hopefully that comes back. Essendon will be coming back to Adelaide Oval for the first time since 2016 as well to play Port. We'll also go there to play at Etihad Stadium. The other one is Fremantle. As we know, we play them in round 1 here at Adelaide Oval. We also travel to Perth as well. So, rounding all that up, we play in Perth twice, which means we get to play twice at the new Perth Stadium, which will be lovely, I think. Essentially, to go over there and hopefully spoil their party, essentially, which would be nice, very nice indeed. And as we know, round 1, Fremantle, Adelaide Oval, Saturday afternoon at 4:05 PM is a lock. Round 9 versus Gold Coast in Shanghai, that's a Saturday afternoon as well. So that is a lock too. So that's essentially what we want for next year. A lot more, to round it up really, a lot more high profile teams at Adelaide Oval in better time slots for more free-to-air time. Just, to promote the club and Adelaide Oval and it's spectator friendly too. That's the biggest thing with the fixture is it's more fan orientated, and if you have better time slots, more people can go. And with Adelaide being such a footy related town, and you've got only the 2 teams here, if you have those bigger games, more people will go. You see the Crows, as much as we hate them, they pull the crowds because they have the better, well, not the better time slots, but they have as well as it comes down to a better competing team and a better form, and as they've had this year, they've made a grand final and blah 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 blah. But if you have those time slots, then those people will come, and it just generates more of a fan-friendly orientated game and a time slot, which is very much helps out the club and the atmosphere at the game, which is the most important thing. And if you have that big club, their fans travel, ours join in, you have that 50,000 crowd on a Saturday night, the atmosphere is electric, and you see nothing better than a Port Adelaide win. Well, Port fans, that wraps up my little edition and my little rant, essentially, on what we need for 2018 in terms of the fixture. Let me know in the comments below, what would you like to see next year in terms of who we play, where we play, and what time we play. Hopefully it works in our favour, the fixture. We do want a fan-friendly fixture, but we want those high-profile teams, we want those better teams, and we obviously, the biggest thing, we want to beat those top 8 teams. Shake that tag of not being a top 8 team. Prove ourselves for 2018 and make a ripper play for the 2018 final series. So thank you very much, Port fans, for tuning in. Portraits Podcast, 8 p.m. Wednesdays. This week is Tuesday, so tomorrow night. Essentially, they will continue on Wednesdays, but we are just making a little change for Tuesday night. We're going to discuss the fixture in full detail, so please tune in for that. Facebook page, Instagram, follow me on Snapchat as well. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've got time for. Thank you very much for joining in. My name's Anthony. Go the Power.